Hey. Hi, Joanne. We're going to be getting started here in just a couple of minutes. Hey, Annie. How are you guys? How are you and Jim doing out there? I know you can't talk back to me, but I can kind of squint and see who's online here, at least for the time being. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. Right now I'm just tuning. So. Well, hi guys. Thank you very much. It's very hard for me to read. It's a very small screen here, so I'll do the best I can. But since nobody else is on yet, or very few people are on yet, I can say hi to you guys. It's nice. And Johanna is in the room, in the house, hiding. All right. Actually, we still have 2 more minutes to go. Hi, Jennifer. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. So we're all in different locations here. I am in the north end of Bath, up on the Kennebec River, in our studio, in the house that Johanna and I have put together over the past few years. And William Lederer, our executive director from the Chocolate Church, is online, I guess, from his home, logged on here as Chocolate Church, as I am. Hi there. And Jennifer Deschamps is online. I think Jennifer is the chair of the board at this point, certainly on the board of the Chocolate Church, former executive director who saved it from almost a certain death. So the whole community of Bath owes Jennifer a great deal of thanks. This first song I'm going to do, and first of all, thanks to the Chocolate Church for organizing this. This is so great in this time of COVID when we're all sequestered in various ways and afraid to even see each other on the street if we're not on the opposite side of the street and upwind to boot. It's nice to be able to come together and share some music, which this first song is particularly apropos in a way, except that it speaks of a time that doesn't exist at the moment, because we can't go out, we can't go downtown, we can't go visit the new clubs and hang out yet, but it's coming with a little faith and a little good behavior on all of our part and social distancing. Soon we will be able to do this kind of stuff. Hey little baby, won't you come on down? Everybody's going to a place downtown. There's a little pub where we all can meet, all the pretty women dancing in the street. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, let's jump and shout. Summertime's coming and the blues gone out. Smile at your neighbor and shake their hand. We're all going to the promised land. Hey, 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 hey. Shoes now, don't be late. We've got something to celebrate. Party's gonna start at 10:30. We'll wake up in the morning and we'll do it again. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Lonely hearts come close its doors. People ain't going there no more. Everybody's going to a better place. We're laughing and they're singing and a smile on their face. Hey, 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 hey. Guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I gotta say a few thank yous here because 4 days ago I didn't know if I was going to have this guitar to play. We have a couple of adopted cats. We picked them up last year. One of them was called Robin Hood. And he's a great big white guy, and his little sidekick is Little John, who's a little tiny skinny black cat. And they are really great together, except they get rambunctious and they do naughty things. And the other day, we put them away outside because they were waking us up all night. So we put them up in the loft, and they climbed up in the rafters and knocked a guitar case off right onto the top of my guitar. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a horrible crack right there. It's not so horrible anymore because I just live a block and a half away from one of the best master craftsmen in the area. That's Carter Ruff. And thanks to Carter, I have a guitar to play. Okay, this is going to be a little Leadbelly song. Leadbelly is so amazing songwriter from the early part of the 20th century. And a lot of some of the most famous songs from America, folk music, are from him. Things like Irene Goodnight and Midnight Special. This is one I always liked. It's called John Hardy. John Hardy was a desperate little man, carried 2 6 guns every day. He shot a man on the West Virginia line. You know I seen John Hardy get away. Yes, I did. I seen John Hardy get away. John Hardy was standing at the gambling table, didn't have no interest in the game. Up steps a yellow gal, she throws $1 down. She says, deal John Hardy in the game. Yeah, she said, now deal John Hardy in the game. John Hardy took that little gal's money leave him lying in the grave. Yes, I will. I'll leave him dead in his grave. Yeah. John Hardy drew to an inside straight. Chinaman drew to a pen. Oh, John fed the cash, so the Chinaman won. John left him lying in his chair. You know that's right, he shot him. Shot him dead in his chair. Oh, John tried to catch that eastbound train. So drunk he could not see. Up steps the sheriff and he takes him by the arm. He says, John, you better come with me. John, you better come with me. They took John Hardy to his hanging ground. They left him there to die. Last thing I heard John Hardy say was, my six gun never told a lie. That's right, my six gun never told a lie. 'Cause I've been to the west, I've been to the east, I've been all this whole world round. I've been to the river and I've been baptized, but now I'm on my hanging ground. Yes, I am. Now I'm on my hanging ground. Oh, now I'm on my hanging ground. Now I'm on my hanging ground. Oh. So, that one didn't end too well for John Hardy. Wait, no, that's fine, honey. Johannah is very graciously turning pages for me here. I don't remember all my lyrics, which is sometimes a challenge, but a lot of these songs I haven't played in several years because Johannah and I have been working on our rock opera for so long. Hey, you know, we couldn't do these concerts if it weren't for the generosity of the Bath Savings Institution here in Bath. So we want to give a big shout out to those guys. They've been supporting this whole series, and boy, it's nice to have some community support, and especially for an art center as cool and as vibrant as the Chocolate Church is and has been for a very long time. So, by the way, tomorrow night is going to be Lauren Crosby playing, and from her own home. Lauren is pretty fantastic. She, oh my God, I first met her when I was running an open mic at the little, the Black Barnacle, which has gone through many, many iterations here in Bath. That was quite a few years ago. And Lauren has grown up into music, and she's doing great. She's toured all over the country. She's amazing, and she's right here from Georgetown. Her dad is a lobsterman. So she'll be with us tomorrow night. Also, by the way, this is a fundraiser for the Chocolate Church. I know it's been promoted that whatever you donate is going to be split between the artist and the church, but that's actually not true because I'm donating my 50%. Whatever comes in, it's all going to the Chocolate Church because they actually need it more than I do right now. That could change, but for now, they need it more than I do. So here's a little song that I wrote some time ago about the Gulf of Maine. Every time I feel things are getting me down, I got troubles on my mind. There's only one place where I can go to get a little peace of mind. Sun coming over the water, wind coming from the sea. The evergreen forest and the seabirds cry, Lord, that'll do it for me. Some people like the mountains, some people like the plain, Some people like the desert, I like the coast of Maine. So give me a little summer sunshine, a little winter snow and rain. Every little thing is gonna be alright when I'm back on the coast again. Hey, 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 yeah. Woo! Oh, yeah. I like the tides that come and go. I like the seagulls cry. I like the island when the south wind blows. I like the stars at night. Nothing in the world can bother me now. My trouble's so far away. Friends and family gathering round on the shores of the Caswell Bay. Some people like the mountains. Some people like the plain. Some people like the desert. I like the coast of Maine. So give me a little summer sunshine, a little winter snow and rain. Every little thing is gonna be alright when I'm back on the coast again. So give me a little summer sunshine, little winter snow and rain. Every little thing's gonna be alright when I'm back on the coast again. Hey, 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 yeah. Woo! All right. Woo! All right, that one is for George and Susan down in Philadelphia. I know they're tuned in and watching. And here's another one. I wake up in the middle of the stillest night. The tide has risen high. I stand out on the island neath a starry sky. Then I hear an owl cry. You know the owl goes. Ooh, you know the owl goes. Ooh, yeah. Shadow dark upon the distant shore. There's a shadow in my heart. I'm wondering what all this beauty is for. With my love and me so far apart. You know that owl goes. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know that owl goes. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, yeah. Gentle waves are washing there beneath my feet. There's a chill in the summer air. Starlight reflected on the glassy sea. That owl is crying over there. You know that owl goes. Ooh, you know that owl goes. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. The owl is lonesome, he's crying the blues. I can hear it in his plaintive song. He and I are calling for our lovers too. Why does it take so long? You know that owl goes. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know that owl goes. All right. Yes, oh yes, please, thank you. By the way, I mentioned earlier how lucky we are that the Chocolate Church is such a vital source of arts, visual arts, music, theater in our community. And I know Jennifer DeShant is online here, and hats off to you, Jennifer, for making that place come alive over the years. And now you've turned it over to William Lederer, who moved up here from Baltimore, pretty close to where I grew up, actually. And William is doing a really fantastic job. So hats off to both of you guys. It's coming along pretty nicely. Had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stand, she told me to sit anywhere. I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, drinking her wine, biding my time. We talked until 2, and then she said, "It's time for bed." She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. Alone, this bird has flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. All right, and now here's one. I wrote this when I was playing with a hollow body electric band, and our bass player always took mock offense at the fact that this is about the bass player who loses his girlfriend. But you know, there's an old joke, what do you call a bass player without a girlfriend? And the answer is homeless. So he would always respond, what do you call a perfect pitch on a 12-string guitar? And the answer is when the guitar goes straight into the dumpster without hitting the side. Hear that train coming down the track. Take your bass in hand and don't be coming back. Yeah, that train's got your name on it, so get on down the line. The sooner you'll be leaving, my sister, she won't mind. Yeah, she come home from the night shift, she's wearing scrubs all day. You're always ready for her, but she's finished with your game. Yeah, she tells me she is tired, always worried about your pay. But you got no job, I'm telling her. She can't trust what you say. Woo! All right, sir. for some money just one more time. Say you'll pay her back, but she won't give you a dime. 'Cause I told her about that woman down in Red Dirt Town. Your game is over. Oh, you get out of town. Yeah, send you for the trip, take you to the train. You used to be my friend, but you left a world of pain. Yeah, you said you loved my sister, but you just need a place to stay. She's thrown you out, so I guess you'll have to go and pawn that bass. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. I'm going to switch guitars here for a second. By the way, there are several ways that you can make contributions to the Chocolate Church, and I put them up there on the online. So when you log in, you should be able to see it. There's I think there's a PayPal or a Venmo, and then you can actually just go straight to the website, Chocolate Church website. If you go that way, you gotta log in. It's just a little tricky and kind of a drag, but I know William is going to get that fixed sometime soon. But hey, might as well get your name on the mailing list if you're not already. So many of you know that I spent quite a few years teaching yoga and meditation, and with a 3HO Foundation for a while, quite a while. I had a turban on my head, and I was a minister of a Sikh religion. Not everybody knows that, but this is a song that I wrote during that time. Sometimes in the quiet, I lose my peace of mind. Dark thoughts surround me. My confidence is gone. I'm just a worried man. I got a troubled mind. This weight on my shoulders isn't even mine. Sometimes as I wander through flowers and fields and stones, far from the beaten path, I feel so alone. This road's an adventure, it seems a new frontier. Sometimes I wonder what dreams have brought me here. Oh, for some guidance to help me through this night. Oh, for a clear idea how to touch the sky. Please show some mercy, ease my worried mind. Oh, I need your mercy through this troubled time. Sometimes in the quiet, I'm willing to believe must be some purpose revealed before we leave. I'm just a worried man, I got a troubled mind. This weight on my shoulders isn't even mine. Oh, for some guidance to help me through this night. Love, a clear idea how to touch the sky. Please show some mercy. Troubled time. All right. Well, thank you. I hear your applause, even over the internet. At least I think I do. But thank you for joining us. We have friends here from as far away as Lake Tahoe, California, Annie and Jim, in Columbus, Ohio, and Washington, D.C., and outside of D.C. in Maryland. Mike Henley, my old band member from Claude Jones back in the 60s. We just saw a photograph of Mike and me and the rest of the band playing for the very first Earth Day at the Washington Monument. That was such a cool and amazing gig and such a hopeful time when I won't talk politics tonight, but it was a hopeful time and it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun with the band. So glad you're here with us tonight, Mike. Okay, this one is when Johannah heard this, she said it's the saddest song she'd ever heard in the whole world, but I'm not so sure I meant it that way, but I went outside in the pouring rain. I was trying to find my love again. I don't know why love's gone away. Wish that it'd come back again. I don't know what I'm looking for. I know the way I felt before. Nothing seems to work out right. I end up home alone each night. Come on, love, come back again. Come on, love, come back again. Weatherman says it's time for spring, but a cold wind's rattling my window pane. I long to hear the bluebirds sing, but I'm cold inside and I can't feel a thing. A little more hurting every day. I try to give my love away. It's an empty room when love's gone out. I close the door, I start to shout, come on love, come back again. Come on love, come back again. My lonely heart will mend. Come on love, come back again. Come on love, come back again. Come on love, come back again. Like a bird that cannot fly, I hide my head and I start to cry. hanging on. Wonder why it takes so long. Oh, yeah. My friend said that by seeing red I can drive this feeling from my head, but she don't know my head don't ache. It's an empty heart and my mistakes. Come on, love, come back again. Come on, love, come back again. Help this broken heart to mend. Oh, come on, love, come back again. 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 All right, I'm going to switch guitars again. By the way, in a couple of weeks, no, next week, in fact, I believe it's April 11th, Judd Caswell is going to be doing this concert from his studio. And I know Judd is very, very well known and very loved in the area. Judd won the Kerrville Folk Festival about 10 years ago. And he's a great, great guitar player, singer-songwriter, and a really fantastic recording engineer. In fact, I'm recording an album right now with Judd. We're doing the entire, all 33 songs from the One-Way Trip to Mars that Johannah and I have written together. And we're still hoping that one day the coronavirus will be gone and maybe we'll get a chance to put it on again. We want to do it in the Chocolate Church again. In fact, we did it. First time ever was in the Chocolate Church in 2016. And we're mighty grateful for the venue and the audiences that show up there. Many of you who are on right now, so it's good to see you out there. She's walking through the clouds with a circus smile. She's driving me wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams and fairy tales, that's all she ever talks about. Riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me with 1,000 smiles. She gives to me free. It's all right, she says, it's all right. Take anything you want from me. Anything. She comes to me with 1,000 smiles. She gives to me free. It's all right, she says it's all right. Take anything you want from me. Anything. A little bit of Jimi Hendrix. And now a song from, I think that can just say where it is. Yeah, now a song from the rock opera. And this was the second song that we wrote for the rock opera. You know, I've kind of prided myself on having cheap guitars. You see these ones behind me here. That's a Fender Squier imitation Stratocaster that I paid $80 for, and I've been playing that for quite a few years, and I love that instrument. And I loved it so much that I found another one in Goodwill for $50, so I bought that one too. But I just recently got this one, and thanks to my good friend Michael O'Connell, who has a fantastic studio here in Bath. And I think, Michael, you're on here with us. You and Renew are with us tonight. But this was Michael's guitar. It's a Paul Reed Smith, and I've never really had a super good guitar like this, except back in the 60s when I had a original SG Les Paul, which I should never have gotten rid of. Anyway, it's nice to have this guitar. I'm very, very pleased with it. When I looked outside my window, I was floating there in space. The earth looked small and lapis blue. I felt so full of grace. There were shooting stars beneath me, and aurora's dancing lights. The cities in my distant world glowed through the darkness of the night. Oh yeah, I can see them. All right. Then I stood upon the moon, and I leaned back for the view. Looked at my distant home, it looked a fragile blue. And the sky was black around me, and yet I felt no fear. I saw the bigger picture, and from this distance it was clear. 20,000 miles an hour, and I caught 1,000,000 miles from home, with stardust all around me. You know, never felt alone. No. All the trouble in this natural world is from the human race. This challenge and confusion, as I wonder what to say, to share this revelation. Maybe friends will come to listen someday. Oh yeah! Stardust, all right. We are stardust, oh yeah. Ooh, 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 switch guitars again here. So please remember to make some donations to the Chocolate Church. Especially if you're still employed, for example. That would be really nice. Give a little of your extra cash. Keep the Chocolate Church going so we have it in the future. So one day this crazy thing is going to be done, I hope. I went down to Vicksburg in 1865. I was looking for my soldier son, and I was hoping he was still alive. I came from Wisconsin, left my family farm to see if I could find and rescue him and bring him home with me. But rebel soldiers found me, and they took me for a spy. They held a hasty trial right there, and they sentenced me to die. On my horse they seated me beneath a hanging tree. They hung a noose around my neck, so I died when the horse ran free. Oh Lord, save me, I heard my spirit cry. I'm your humble servant, is this my time to die? This world's so full of suffering, I'll do all that I can. If you can get me out of here, I'll help my fellow man. A sudden calm came on my soul, my fear was set aside. I asked to say some final words before my time to die. Those tattered rebel soldiers, you know, they were young, but they got so grave they bowed their heads and hats in hand, and they let me have my say. Oh Lord, save us, I pray. This war has caused such strife. These poor young boys before me stand, about to take my life. You, Lord, know the stain they'll wear for this unholy deed. From the prison of the guilt they'll bear, they never will be free. Boy among them, like a son, looked up to me. With eyes and tears, he begged his friends that they should set me free. He's done no wrong, and his death won't serve us well. Let's listen to those words, he said. Let's save our souls from hell. Those rebel soldiers shuffled round, they all looked so ashamed. One by one, they all agreed from my death they'd not be blamed. Off came the noose, my hands untied, the reins to me they gave. They sent me to Wisconsin instead of to my grave. Oh Lord, thank you, I cried in joyful song, in the company of the blessed ones, these southern boys belong. For you have taught them mercy while they are still so young. Now the promise I've made to you, my work has just begun. I give my life in service to those this war has freed. I will try to help the least of them that has the greatest need. I give my life in service to those this war has freed. I'll try to help the least of them that has the greatest need. That song is actually kind of personal. It's about my great-great-grandfather. His name was the Reverend Eben Blachly, and his oldest son enlisted in the war on the Union side and got captured. Towards the end of the war, he was captured down south and put in a prison camp and was wasting away, and his father found out about it and literally got on his horse and rode all the way down to try to find his son, who he heard was in Vicksburg. And he did get picked up by a contingent of rebel soldiers, and they were young. I mean, at the end of the war, they were drafting kids who were like 10, 11, 12 years old. So they did hold a field trial, and they did put a noose around his neck, and he did ask to say some final words, and he prayed, not for himself, but he prayed for the welfare of their souls. And they were so moved that they actually sent him home, and he was so moved by this that he sold the farm in Wisconsin, bought land outside of Kansas City in a community called Old Quindaro, which is now Wyandotte. And it was a kind of a way station for runaway slaves and displaced Native Americans from the Delaware tribe. And he started a school there. It was called Freedman's University, and it was the first university west of the Mississippi for former slaves. And it went along pretty well for a few years, and eventually became, I think, Western University, and then got bought up. Eventually it got closed down around 1917 or so. But there are still people out there who are descended from students that my great-great-grandfather taught. So it was pretty cool. I connected with them a few years ago. Anyway, what do we got left here? A few more minutes, so I'm gonna, you know what? I wanna do a different song here. I don't have this on my song list, but I want to do it because I really like it. And it's actually the very first song that I recorded with Judd Caswell when I started my very first album with him back in 2011. So this one. Who owns the diamonds that are down in the mine? Who owns the right to pollute the sky? Who owns the oil that's beneath the sand? Who rules the markets with a crooked hand? Brother, it's not you or I. Who owns the factories and the buildings and farms? Who lines their pockets while they're doing people harm? Who owns the medicine and the hospitals too? Who tells the doctors what procedures to do? Sister, it's not me or you. It's a drag that the planet is owned by 1%. You know they've taken all the money and the rest are paying rent. We're living on our credit cards, paying 29%. God, we've got to change this world. Oh, yeah. Who flies around in corporate jets? Who keeps their bonus even when they lose their bets? Who owns the airwaves and controls the news? Who makes a profit while we all get screwed? Papa, it's not me or you. owns Congress that's making those laws? Allowing angry men to detain us without cause? Who dumps their waste in water, land, and sigh? Who doesn't have compassion when they hear their children cry? Mama, it's not you or I. It's a drag that the planet is owned by 1%. You know they've taken all the money, the rest are paying rent. We're living on our credit cards, paying 29%. God, we've got to change this world. Okay, that's a nonpartisan political song. Take it any way you like it. All right, so now's another, actually I'm going to switch guitars again. I like this 12-string, and thank you, Carter Ruff, for fixing it for me. At the beginning of the concert, I was explaining that my cats knocked a guitar case off the rafters and smashed this thing. Huge crack, broken ribs. Ooh, it was just heartbreaking, but Carter did miracles with it, and now it's in good shape. They are notoriously hard to keep in tune. If you know me, you would know that I want you with me now. I need you tonight. If you love me, if you really love me, you would be here with me here tonight. 'Cause I'm lonely, yeah. Yes, I'm but I want you to know, oh, I love you, yes I do. And I wish that you could love me too, the way that I do. Baby, won't you come back? Won't you come with me now? Won't you lend me your hand? Give me your hand and be with me now. But I hear you say there is a different way. Why should it be different? It's a world of dreams and they're all the same. I understand there's a piece of land and a home that's far away. Do you believe me now? Tell me true. How do you feel about it? Do you think you could live without? In a material world, can love be real? All right. Well, I got one more little kind of a lullaby I want to play for you. I haven't played this thing in a very, very, very long time, but maybe you can sing along with me in your own homes. Now the time has come for our parting, though we don't want to say goodnight. As friends and family we've gathered, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll make music together and dancing. We'll all lift our voices in song. And tomorrow we'll each have our memories of this time when we all sang along. Now the time has come for our parting, though we don't want to say goodnight. As friends and family we've gathered, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll make music together and dancing. We'll all lift our voices in song. And tomorrow we'll each have our memories of this time when we all sang along. We'll make music together and dancing. We'll all lift our voices in song. And tomorrow we'll each have our memories of this time when we all sang along. Thank you ever so much for joining us tonight, folks. I see that some friends from San Francisco are on the line, so welcome. It's good to see you guys, Sahib Amar and Amar, and a lot of good friends online tonight. If you are not on my personal mailing list, please go to peteralexander.us. That's my website, peteralexander.us, and find the link and sign up. And I hardly ever send out messages, so I sent one out for this. So next big thing we do, I'll send something out, but it's not likely to be for a while. But I would like to stay in touch with you. Also, please don't forget to donate to the Chocolate Church. And every time you're walking down Front Street and you see Bath Savings Institution, just wave your arms and say thank you. Those guys have been supporting the Chocolate Church, and they're specifically supporting this concert series. Tomorrow night is Lauren Crosby, and tune in for her. She's great. Same time, same place, same channel. And then next Friday night, the 11th, is going to be Judd Caswell. So it's a pretty amazing lineup and a lot more coming. Hats off to William Lederer for putting this all together, for all the folks from the board of directors of the Chocolate Church and all the amazing volunteers, Tom Watson and all those other folks who give so much of their time and energy to keep this place vital. And to the whole community of Bath and the broader community that's tuning in and sharing some time together in this terrible time of COVID-19. I hope you all stay healthy, keep your distance, and don't trust that it's only sneezes and coughs. No, don't breathe the same air as people who might be infected. So when you're out walking on the street, don't get in the wind stream of somebody walking in front of you. Give plenty of distance, because this thing's a lot more insidious than we at first thought. Stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll see you sometime real soon. Okay, I'm signing off. Thanks for joining us. Good night. Bye now. How do I make this thing work? Okay, see you soon, folks.